And we're back. Welcome back to the Auto Authorities Podcast. I am Jay. This is Gerald, and we are coming to you live. Today, we are going to be talking about the truth about extended warranties. And if you want an extended warranty and you choose one and you make the wrong mistake, it can cost you a lot. You ready to do this, Gerald?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Have you ever felt like you were taken for a ride while buying, selling, or repairing your car? Well, not anymore. I'm Jay, and this is the podcast to tell you what to watch out for, whether you are buying, selling, or repairing your car. With over 26 years of automotive experience, we are the Auto Authorities. This podcast is sponsored by iAutoAgent.com. We're real estate agents for cars.
Boom, booyah. Welcome back to the Auto Authorities Podcast. I'm Jay. This is Gerald. We're coming to you live. We're talking about the truth about extended warranties. There are a lot of misnomers that most people, they just don't know about them. I'm getting all kinds of people asking me about them. I have looked at other extended warranties from dealerships, and chances are you're picking the wrong one. So we're going to teach you how to pick the right one today. But before we do that, I want to thank our sponsors, iAutoAgent.com. At iAutoAgent, they have two different divisions. They have a consumer division where you don't want to sell the car on your own, go to the dealer, or do anything at all. We do it all. We will take care of everything from the marketing, the listing, and the showing of the vehicle at no cost to you. We'll even help you find a vehicle, deal with the dealership nationwide, and you get to go pick up your vehicle. We'll help you with an extended warranty, which we're going to talk about today, and make sure that you get the right one at a much lower cost than what you can get otherwise. As well as we have a commercial division. It's a done-for-you fleet management program where we have a one-stop shop fleet management solution for business owners with fleets. We help them buy those fleets. We maintain them literally right at their place of business, and we sell them for maximum profit, allowing the business owner to focus on their business. And Gerald, tell us a little bit about the Wrestling Spotlight.
Yeah, 24/7. It's up and running. You can get it on Local Now, on Carbon TV, and you can download a new app, True TV Plus, which Wrestling Spotlight is one of the featured channels. We're going to highlight a lot of independent wrestling from around the country and also have talk about the big shows from All Elite Wrestling and from the WWE. If you tune in this weekend, you can see a preview of AEW's Revolution. Jay, it's the last match for Sting. He's been wrestling since the 80s. 64 years old. He is retiring as your AEW World Tag Team Champion. I had talked with the host of the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and we broke down the whole card and gave our weekly winners as well, our weekly champions. My champions of the week were the King Bees. We highlighted them as a couple of the women's wrestlers to watch, and you can see they are now the proud holders of the NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions, Charity King and Danny B. So you get some great coverage of the whole world of professional wrestling right there in the Wrestling Spotlight on every smart TV, every smart device.
Very cool. Well,
yeah.
Hey, let's dig into this warranty stuff, because obviously I'm an expert on warranties. I know you are, but the average consumer is not. And I'm just going to start off with a story. One of my very, very close business colleagues, I run a group in St. Louis for business professionals. And I saw him drive up in a vehicle, and I'm like, oh, it looks like you got a new car. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, did you buy a warranty? He goes, I did. I said, oh, what did you get? He had no idea what he bought. He goes, I don't know. I just bought it because they told me I needed it. I'm like, okay, well, do you know if you have the right coverage? And he's like, I think so. And I said, well, why don't I do this? Because this is something that I'm doing right now. And I leave this to all of our listeners too. I am doing audits on warranties. And what I'm doing is I'm digging into that warranty, because 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you have bought the wrong warranty that is not going to cover what you want. And when you look at a lot of these reviews online, that these terrible reviews of these warranty companies, a lot of it has to do with expectations. So the way that the story ends is I go in, I audit the entire warranty. I ask him a few questions. How many miles a year do you drive? How long are you planning on keeping it? He's like, oh, I drive 15,000 miles a year and I'm going to keep it at least 5 years. I'm like, okay, well, the warranty they gave you is going to cover you for 4 years and it's not going to cover the amount of miles you drive. So what do you think of that? He's like, oh man. And I said, you paid way too much money for the warranty too. And he's like, really? Yes. And here's a little golden nugget for everybody. Be very careful when you look at warranties to make sure that they pay for the posted labor rate. This is a big, big topic now. I know warranty companies that don't, and I know warranty companies that do. We deal with the warranty companies that do. And if it's not an option, we'll tell you that's not an option. What do you think, Gerald?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. And here, a question that you're going to get a lot now because we're in used car season, right? February's over, we're into March. This is when used car sales just skyrocket. And customers come in and they ask, hey, does this used car come with a warranty? They're looking for the warranty from the dealership, right? And talking about warranties that don't cover anything. There's lots of warranties, and you can go all around the country, little dealerships that have a 30-day 50/50 parts only warranty. Those are worthless. You're having to get the work done at the little dealership who probably can't do it anyways, and they're going to offer you 50% of their parts price and you pay everything else. It's nothing. So a lot of warranties, you do kind of get that, right? And big groups that make no doubt about what their business model is. By big groups, I'm talking Hendricks, I'm talking Lithia, I'm talking Berkshire Hathaway, the former Van Tile Group. I mean, there's executives from those groups that point blank say to their GMs, we are an insurance company. The cars are the vehicle for selling our insurance. They try to sell warranties for $5,000 on the car. Is that warranty any better than the warranty you get at an independent dealership for $2,000? No, it's probably worse because they're going to cover less. So it's not only what the warranty says, it's where you buy it from.
I agree 100%. And do the research of the companies that you're going to work with. We talked about this all the time. You know, if you don't look at the Google reviews and you're not going out there and seeing what people are saying, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's a very, very easy thing when you're doing an emotional purchase. You're at the dealership, they pull out the menu or they whatever, and they like, hey, this, and this, and they're going through it really quick. And it sounds really, really good. And they say, oh, this warranty right here, this is a 17-page brochure of 3,000 parts that are covered on your vehicle. And you're like, oh, wow, this is incredible. But what they don't tell you is there are 30,000 parts on a vehicle on an average, which means you have 10% of coverage. I'm going to give you one more golden nugget here because this is what we did for this client of mine. We actually got him into a better warranty that covered him longer at a lower price, and we're doing it all the time. So here's what you want to look for, and this is the key. Ask them if it's an exclusionary warranty. Not a stated warranty. The stated is the 17-page brochure, an exclusionary warranty. Because once you find out if it's exclusionary, then what you do is the research, like Gerald said. Find out what the darn warranty company is. I'm not going to name any names right now, but there's a warranty company that starts with a C. There's 2 words, and the second word starts with an S. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you wind up with one of those warranties, bye-bye.
Is Vivica A. Fox by chance a fan of that company?
She is, and so is Ric Flair.
Yeah. Well, hey, talking about that company, think about this. There's plenty of dealerships that charge, and I get it. I understand why customers say this. I get it. You're buying a car prices have jumped up. They've gone up way more than inflation in most cases. Even Toyota, which has been one of the slower companies to raise prices, over the last 5 years, the average price of a Toyota has gone up 16%. So last 5 years, average MSRP of a Toyota product's gone up 16%. So they're expensive. I get it. But if you can get an extended service contract from the manufacturer that covers everything except wear items for $3,000, you should say yes, because you're going to miss the $60 a month a lot less than you're going to miss $6,000, $8,000, $9,000 to replace an entire transmission, because in a lot of cars now, transmissions aren't repairable, they're replaceable, and they're $9,000. So that means you've had your car, you're going to keep it 7 years and 125,000 miles. You're at 6 years, 104,000 miles. And if you don't have $9,000 to replace the transmission, you have a 6,000 pound paperweight in your driveway.
Oh man, well said.
Yeah, and then hey, just to compare it, okay, so it's an extra $60 a month for 5 years, assuming you do a 60-month loan. It's a lot of money, but okay. If you got CarShield is $200 a month for the same coverage. So let's go 200 times 60. That would be $12,000. Their warranty is $9,000 more than your manufacturer warranty at full pop. Not even close to the same value.
Yeah. And just do yourself don't do yourself a disservice. Do yourself a service and go and check out Better Business Bureau ratings. You have to try really hard not to have an A+ rating. But what I want you to do is this too. You will not find good ratings for just about any warranty company out there. There's just not going to be somebody that has 4.9 out of 5 review or a 4.5. But if you can find a 4 out of 5, that's pretty darn good, because again, it comes to expectations. And what's happening is these dealers are not explaining to them what is the true coverage of their vehicle. So then their expectations are like, oh, everything's covered. If my wiper blades break, I can just go and get my new wiper blades, or I need tires, or if I need brake pads. No, you can't. Because the reality of things is this: even if you get an exclusionary warranty, even if you get one, it will not cover wear and tear items. There's nothing that's going to cover that. And people just think, oh, well, they told me it was going to cover. And I'm going to tell you this: if you don't maintain your car and you don't have proof that you've maintained your car, there's no warranty in the world that's going to cover that, including factory warranties.
Well, no, that's true. Yeah, even a factory warranty. And if you reprogram the transmission, if you reprogram the emissions control, that voids your warranty. You get that a lot at Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram dealerships, because people wanted, if they get a Cummins diesel, they want to delete the DEF component, the emissions control. You delete the DEF, you just voided your factory warranty.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about this? Here, you bought a 4Runner. Great car, right? They go forever. Pretty bulletproof. Let's say you lift the 4Runner 4 inches. Guess what you did?
Voided the warranty.
Voided the factory warranty. Same is true in a Jeep Wrangler. Same is true in a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
So there are limits. And I think you made a good point too, talking about named components. I mean, I'm by no means am I a mechanical expert on cars. In the words of my good friend Grady, the sales badger, I don't fix cars, I sell cars. I don't know how to fix them. And Grady was at the Sporting Kansas City game. He's got a scarf on.
Mm-hmm.
He wore his scarf and his sport coat. He was stylish. But how about this here? You're a car expert as well. This is something that is not a covered part on hardly any warranty. I didn't even know this part existed. There it is. Name that part.
Figure it out. That is a Jigger manipulator.
That
Did I get it right?
No. Not to be confused with Kansas City news anchor Donna Pittman from KMBC Channel 9. That is a Pittman arm. And the Pittman arm is designed to stabilize pumps. So it works with fuel pumps, with water pumps, and is a precursor part that could lead to the failure of the pump. So if you have a named component warranty and it's found that your problem was a failed Pittman arm that led to a cascade of failures, guess what? Not covered.
You're out. Yep.
And I've worked in cars for 16 years. I had no idea what that part was. I knew the name because it came up as an issue that wouldn't cover a repair. We went ahead and covered it. The dealership I was at, we went ahead and covered it for the person and took care of it. But this is the first time I've ever seen one. There it is. That is a Pittman arm. Believe it or not, that is a component on every car with a water pump. And that bad boy is not covered by almost any warranty.
Yeah,
so that's how much into the minutia they can get.
They really do. You have to really, really read the contracts. I'm an absolute expert when it comes to warranties, and I read the contracts. If you are in a situation right now that either you want a warranty or you would like a complimentary free audit, go to the AutoAuthorities.com. Go to send us a message. Also, if you are watching this right now, go on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll have more and more of these very, very valuable pieces of information for you. So if you go to the YouTube, the Auto Authorities, we are on Facebook group page, the Auto Authorities. Join that. And we are on LinkedIn, and we go live on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. So if you want to watch us live, you can. You can also go to iTunes, Pandora. All of those stations have us on there. We'd love to hear your stories too. If you want to drop in the comments, preferably on YouTube, your comments and the help that you need. And if you need help and you do want an audit, just send the VIN and the miles and your contact information, and one of us will get back to you and get you some information to help you make an educated decision, because there's a lot of misnomers out there. And if it's not exclusionary, that is the big golden nugget for today. And you're like, I just want powertrain coverage. Well, if you want powertrain coverage, there are so many, minutiaes, like Gerald said. It's like, what does powertrain really mean? It means a lot of different things, and it means different things to different dealerships. And one other thing too, Gerald, I don't know if you have some of those companies where you live. They have like a 30-year, 200,000-mile warranty, or a 10-year. Those are all bullshit too, because the fact is that go and look at the coverage of these things. It sounds, it's so good, it's forever. Do you really think that they're giving you a free warranty? Number one, you're paying for it. Number two, do you really think that everything is covered on that? Or are there a lot of loopholes in there? And the answer is, well,
yeah, there actually are. There's a lot of dealerships that have taken to doing legitimate powertrain warranties for life that actually do cover the powertrains. There's something that goes in common with them. They're usually Honda, Toyota, Subaru dealers. And guess what doesn't fail on Hondas, Toyotas, and Subarus?
Engines.
Powertrains. Yeah.
Right. But here's the other thing too, Gerald. What I'm saying is not necessarily powertrain, right? That's engine, transmission, the front end, rear end, whatever.
Yeah.
But
anything that
what I'm saying is, when people get a warranty, this is a fact. They always think everything is covered. They always
Oh,
do.
yeah. Everybody thinks everything's covered. Yeah.
Yeah. Until the dealer actually explains to them, if they do, they're legitimate, they will.
Yep.
Most don't. But if they are legitimate, they'll explain, hey, listen, if your air conditioner goes out, that's not going to be covered under powertrain. Power lock, power windows isn't. But an exclusionary, it is. Any further things you want to talk about, Gerald, or
yeah, no, just to reference it, Pittman arm and Donna Pittman. So just so we know our Pittmans. If you're a fan of Kansas City Morning News, she's the lead anchor on the ABC channel here. Big fan of Donna Pittman, not as much with Pittman arms because they're not covered under warranties.
And that's the moral of the story, everybody. Please comment on the YouTube page, the Auto Authorities. Go to our website, theautoauthorities.com. Send us a message, and we will see you on the next show. Peace.
See ya.